Now I am pleased to present my fellow Howard alum, my sister friend, my soror, Rosie Allen Herring. Rosie, we want to thank you for your leadership in this community, both as president and CEO of the United Way of the National Capital Area and as chair of the board of the Women's Foundation. And let me tell you how good Rosie is. Rosie took a text from me this summer, late at night. Rosie, I need to put together a project to help people in 2 days about hunger and kids. Can you help? And a minute later, I had a text from Rosie, and 2 days later, we had a big station meeting, and after that, we have a big partnership with the United Way to help feed children in the DC area. So that is the power of Rosie and the power of Stewart leadership, and I could not be more thrilled to introduce her and bring her up here to see you today. Ro.
Bring the beat in.
Whew. Good afternoon, everyone. As we've just heard, words are indeed powerful. They can paint a picture. But there is one word that I do not believe in, and that word is charity. Because to me, charity denotes a handout. I instead believe in philanthropy and the power of investing in an organization that does the hard work, the heavy lifting, if you will, the work that transforms a community into what it could be, what it should be, what it will be. What it will be with the help of you. Because everyone matters. Everyone can contribute in some way. Every one of us has taken a different path to arrive here today. I'd like to share a little bit of my journey. I grew up in the Deep South in Mississippi. I am the youngest of 10 children. Yes, my dad liked my mom, and my mom liked my dad. I am a little chocolate African-American young lady who made her way to Washington, D.C., to Howard University, and I've stayed ever since. Growing up, I thought we were middle class. I didn't realize we perhaps wasn't until I came to Howard. And what we may not have had in terms of material things, we had an unwavering love and support, something that too many of our young people growing up today are without. We learned in the Allen household early on about the importance of helping others. You know how kids sometimes bring home stray animals? Well, my father collected stray people. He'd bring them home for dinner, unannounced, but there was always room at our table. And not just at the table. Lots of elderly neighbors who lived in our neighborhood, my mother was always cooking and sending us to take meals to them. Not just to drop off the meals, mind you. She'd tell us, while you're there, look around. Maybe pick up a broom, sweep, change a light bulb, wash a dish. But don't go looking for a thank you. It's not about you. It's about what you are doing for others. That's what we were taught. That is the real measure of a life. My mother, by the way, is now 95 years old. She is the Shiro of my life, then, now, and forever. Although she's facing some health challenges and issues, but through it all, she still has that same resolve, that steely inner strength, because she knows that the foundation she built upon, her principles, Her faith, her family are absolutely immovable. She is solid as a rock, like the old Ashford and Simpson song, though I may be dating myself just a little bit there. To this day, I like to say that I received my nurturing from many women. Some are in this room today. Most of my promotions came from men, but that's neither here nor there. That may be the world that we live in today. That may be now, but it doesn't have to be. I wouldn't be here today, and I don't think you would be either, if you didn't believe that we could change that. In business, we always talk about the ROI, but the same principle applies to the Women's Foundation, where you can measure the return of your investment in influence and in impact. Influence from an organization that is respected, that's not just been there and done that. Oh no. The Women's Foundation is here, and it's doing that. On the ground, every day, identifying, developing programs that cut straight to the core to help women and girls and families among us most at risk. Now, I started out by telling you a little bit about my journey, but each of you, again, took a different route to get here today. But I do hope we can leave here together on the same path by committing all we can to help by giving to the group that I truly believe is one of the most conscientious and effective stewards of the resources that have been entrusted to them. And I've been entrusted to share with you a bit of amazing news. Here in this room today is an anonymous donor who's challenging us to raise $100,000 today. And when we do, because we will, she'll kick in an additional 50 grand. That's right, you can clap, I heard the woo. Now, she wants to remain anonymous, so she might be sitting next to you. You never know. But I can tell you that she has made this commitment today. Listen at you. I know you're looking like, who is it? Is it the person next to me? I know. Look at your neighbor and say, is it you? All right. I can tell you that she made this commitment in honor of her mother, her shero. So the bottom line is, I believe we all have two ways to measure our priorities, and it's really easy to do. Just look at one, your checkbook. Two, your calendar. Though in this digital age, they may be in different form than they used to be, they still tell the same story. How are you budgeting your time? How are you spending your money? Do a quick calculation of how much you spent on the outfit that you're wearing today. I know. You still look good. But can you pledge at least that much to help us reach our goal and make sure that we get that additional 50,000 badass bucks in the room today? Will you join me? So let me be clear. We're not doing this for the headlines, because this work is ongoing and too often unsung. And besides, headlines fade like the morning dew. We're also not sitting on the sidelines. No, because too much is at stake for every one of us not to stand up, not to speak up, and yes, to even pony up. So come on board. Join us on the front lines, because believe you me, that is the only place to be. I want to thank you for being here today. So Leslie, would you join me back on the stage and help show us how we can give? Thank you for being here today.